Hi everyone, thank you for tuning back into Aaron Meets World. My name's Aaron, and just in case you didn't know, I did just return from Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland in California. And if you're like me, the first thing you were interested in learning about when you heard about the park and what it had to offer is the lightsabers. So I am actually going to kick things off with my first month or so of Galaxy's Edge based reviews with the lightsaber that started it all. So I'm not starting with the Savi's build your own lightsaber, although I will cover those in a video very soon. I am going to start with the Anakin / Luke and officially named Rey Lightsaber, Legacy Lightsaber, as they like to call it in the Disney park. So here it is. As you can see, it is actually shiny and it is real metal material. This is metal. It cost me, I believe, $139.99 plus tax. Originally, when the Legacy lightsabers launched, this one was only $109, but Disney decided to jack up the prices. I don't know why, possibly because these were a big hit. This was the second lightsaber on my priority list when I went to Galaxy's Edge, the first being Luke's Return of the Jedi saber, which was completely sold out and apparently sells out quite often. So I wasn't surprised that it wasn't there, although I was disappointed. This one also sells out quite a bit apparently, and did sell out by the third day that I was there. I was checking Doc-On-Dar's Den of Antiquities every single day to try to get Luke's green saber, and the third day I went in, this one was gone while it was there the first 2 days. So it is probably still one of the most popular lightsabers in Galaxy's Edge, and of course it makes sense it would be. This is the original lightsaber, and the one that appears the most times in the series, since Anakin and Luke and Rey use it for large amounts of their screen time. To me, this one is very well built. Its sounds are accurate to the films, and that's what's nice about these Legacy lightsabers, is that from saber to saber, these sounds are quite different. I also have Darth Maul's saber, and I actually really love the sound on that one because it kind of crackles with electricity. It really does make you think of a dark side saber. And then with my build my own saber, I went with the green color, and that one very obviously sounds like Luke's Return of the Jedi saber. I watched that movie so many times that I know exactly what it sounds like, and if I close my eyes and know that it's not my elemental nature saber, and just listen to it, it sounds just like Luke's Return of the Jedi saber. So I really love what Disney did with the sound on all of these. They're very accurate. I have a 36-inch blade right here, which is actually a little longer than I would like. My favorite size out of the sizes available from Galaxy's Edge is actually the size that only comes with Savi's Build Your Own Lightsaber, which I think is like a 31 or 32-inch blade. At Doc-On-Dar's, you can get a 26-inch blade, so just over 2 feet. Personally, I think that's a little too short for an adult, so it'd be mainly for if you were going to get one of these for a kid or young teenager, giving them a short blade so they're not knocking things over or hurting themselves or hurting somebody else when they're swinging it around. I do have to say, sticking a blade in this particular saber actually does feel kind of tight. The first time I stuck a blade in, I actually was kind of at a loss how to get it out until I really took a look at how it fits in there. So it does kind of squeeze in tight. On all of the blades at Galaxy's Edge and Disneyland, there are these metal pieces that stick out. One of them is smaller, one of them is larger, and they line up with grooves inside of the lightsaber. You probably wouldn't be able to see those on camera just because of lighting. but they slide in a very specific way. When you push down, you then pull counterclockwise and then up just a little bit, and then it's locked into place. And then once in there, oh, it actually doesn't like how I have it in there. Let me try again. There we go. And then I have the lit up blade, and you can hear what it sounds like. I also recorded me swinging it around a little bit outside, but it is sunny outside, so you can't see the blade very well. I do have it lit in the room at the moment, but surprisingly, from what I can see on my monitor, this is actually showing up pretty good. I actually think it's really cool how these lightsabers do show up on camera, because it actually looks more realistic on camera than it does in person. In person, the center of the blade is very, very blue, while on camera, as you're seeing, because it's so bright, it's actually coming off white to the camera and then emanating kind of a blue light around it. So it actually looks more screen accurate. I wouldn't really have to do too much to make this work on camera if I was trying to do like a short Star Wars film or something like that. I feel like it would work pretty well as is and would only need some minor effects to make it work. Now let me turn down the lights in the room and see if that makes any difference. It'll probably show up even better, so hold on one second. All right, and we're back. And I'll light it up again. I can't tell from looking at my monitor if that's how much better this looks with the lights off, but I bet it looks quite a bit better. So I was very excited to get this saber. This was actually the first saber I got when I got into Galaxy's Edge. I got in last Sunday, and I had actually paid to upgrade my tickets to get in on Sunday. Me and my wife weren't actually planning on going into the park until Monday, but we got there and it was only like $50 to pay for both of us to get in for an extra day, $25 a piece. So we were like, well, we're here. That's not very much. It sounds worth it. So that's what we ended up doing. And as soon as I got in there and saw Doc Ondars, I went in. They didn't have the green saber, but they had this guy, which was the second on my list. And so I picked it up right then and there. I didn't even have a blade yet. I decided to wait until the next day when I had my appointment to build a lightsaber to get a blade. So then I built my Elemental Nature saber, got the 32-inch blade, and then tried it out with this. And I just really liked it. I like all three of the lightsabers that I picked up and am very happy with them. I've always loved lightsabers, and I feel like at the price points they're doing compared to lightsabers you can get online, these are actually a really good value, even though compared to other items in the parks, it's like, oh man, lightsabers are kind of expensive. But in reality, if you look online and look for a lightsaber that will stand up to some force if you're battling with them, they're a lot more expensive than this. And these are pretty durable. I've watched some other YouTube videos where people do some tests, and will they stand up to the force of some online sabers that are hundreds of dollars more that are built specifically for that? They're not as tough as that, but I feel like they're tough enough that unless you're like really getting into lightsaber battling, like with Ludo Sport or something like that, then you might want to get something that's specifically tailored to it. But if you're going to be playing around with them most of the time, I feel like these would stand up to it. I feel like you could like make a short film with these and have them work just fine. I definitely think they're worth the money. I kind of wish I would have picked up more, but I spent a lot of money in Galaxy's Edge on various things, so I might try to pick some more up on eBay. Or my brother-in-law ended up upgrading to get an annual pass, so that means he'll probably end up going down a couple more times maybe you can pick up some more for me. So hopefully I'll be able to get my hands on a few more in the future. But let me know what you think. Do you have any questions about it? I do want to go over real quick. I know the lights are still low, but you can unscrew the bottom of this. Let's see, from where? Oh, by using the D-ring here, and the bottom will pop out, and then that's where your sound's coming out, but then this is where the battery compartment is. There's actually a indent right here that shows you how it's supposed to line up when it goes in, and then your batteries are right here. And it looks like, yeah, you can just reach in with your fingers and pop it out. So that's really easy. You don't need a screwdriver or anything like that to get to the batteries. And these are regular AA batteries. I might replace these with some better batteries down the line, just so I don't have to worry about the quality of them. You'd think Disneyland would use decent quality batteries, but just to be on the safe side, just because it's so difficult for me to get to Disneyland and so expensive. I wouldn't want to have to replace this if a battery leaked or something like that. So maybe some high-end lithium-ion batteries or something like that. But anyways, I definitely think this was worth the money. I also think my Darth Maul saber was worth the money, and even the build your own saber that I did, I feel like that was worth the money at $200 for the experience. But that also comes with the blade and a carrying case. So in that $200 price point, it packs in some value, while with this for $140, you're just getting the hilt and the plastic casing, which is kind of cool. I didn't pick up any of the lightsaber displays that you can get at the park for $25. Maybe in the future I'll try to get my hands on some. But I feel like these cases that they come in actually work pretty well for a display. So that's what I plan on doing for now. So anyways, let me know if you have any questions about the Rey/Luke/Anakin lightsaber from Galaxy's Edge. This is the Legacy lightsaber. Let me know if you like this video by giving me a like, and please subscribe and hit that bell for a lot more Galaxy's Edge content coming very soon. I did build a droid for both myself and my stepson, 2 R2 units, so I'll probably be going over those soon. I've got this fuzzy little tauntaun here, which I did figure out I can switch off the sound. In my last video, you might have seen that once he started, he liked to keep going for a while, but I did figure out how I can switch him off. I've various pins, Han Solo's dice. I've got this Galaxy's Edge Millennium Falcon hat, which I picked up in a store right across the ways from where I got my Jedi robes. So that's where I got that. I actually got this Galaxy's Edge t-shirt not in Galaxy's Edge, but at the main kind of souvenir clothing store on Main Street in Disneyland. It was like one of the first shirts I saw when I walked in, and I really liked the design. I wish they would have done like white graphics on like a navy blue or something. They did have some dark blue Galaxy's Edge shirts, but I liked the graphic on this one the most. I think it's really cool. So that's why I decided to go with it. But I do have a couple more lightsabers that I'm going to cover with you guys. And then I will also go over the Sith tunic, because I couldn't get a Jedi tunic in my size, but then Jedi robes and the Jedi belt. I really like the quality of all of those items, so I am going to try to somehow get those Jedi robes as well whenever I can. So stay tuned for those. I also do have the Hot Toys Return of the Jedi Stormtrooper, which I will be doing a spotlight review on very soon. So again, tune back in. A lot of Star Wars content coming very soon. So thank you for watching Aaron Meets World, and I will see you next time.